Alright, so you've got your clothing brand started, or you're about to drop your first product, and you're trying to figure out one of the hardest parts of them all is how do you price your products? But don't worry about it, because I'm about to sit here and break down every single step that you need to know to properly price your products for your clothing brand. But you might be wondering, who am I and what do I know about pricing products? So, I'm the clothing brand called NewBara. NewBara stands for Breaking New Barricades, getting over challenges, difficulties to get to your goals. So, within that mission statement, we come through these challenges together, and I'm about to show you how we get to the goal of pricing your product. So let's get right into it. So the first things first is you need to know the actual cost of producing your product, because without those costs, you aren't gonna know what to price your product for to be able to make a profit. So the cost of materials, the cost of the blank, the cost of production, anything between those areas is gonna be what your base product cost is. Now, on top of that, you're gonna be adding your shipping supplies, so like your poly mailer, I'm not saying in bulk, but you know, how much does it cost for one shipping bag and one label to go on top of your product to ship it out the door? How much does it cost to put that clear packaging or whatever type of packaging on top of your product? How much does it cost for the tags, the hang tags, anything like that? How much does it cost to put on top of your product? And then most importantly, that a lot of people somehow forget is how much does it cost to ship to you? So if you break it down, maybe you're spending like $3 an item on shipping from China, from USA, wherever it's coming from, honestly, you know, it may be a lot cheaper in the USA. But anyways, how much does that cost to you? So take all that number up, add it up, divide it up by whatever the product cost is, and then there is your baseline product cost. So don't forget to add any of those factors in. Sit down, think about it, don't rush, because there is absolutely no reason to rush whenever you're trying to run a business. You wanna make it perfect the first time so you're not cleaning up your mistakes later on. So now on top of those costs is going to be your other costs that cost to run your business. So that's your website costs, your email marketing costs, your SMS costs, your you know, whatever, if you have like a shipping service, any type of like subscriptions or anything that you pay for on a monthly basis or at the start of your brand, what are you paying in total? And how much time are you working? How much time are you valuing yourself to be running this brand? If you're working 50 hours a week, 20 hours a week, take whatever number that is and kind of divide that up on how you should pay yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are in this business to make a profit and to get out of whatever job you're in now, if you're in one. So take that number up and divide it up. And I'm not saying to pay yourself a lot of money up front. Just give yourself something, take a little bit from the business and make sure the most of it goes right back into it whenever you do drop and sell out. Now, like I said, now take that number up and add it with the other number. Now divide that by your product's cost, and then now is where you're gonna get your total. So now we're gonna be setting your actual profit margin and seeing how much you want to make per product. So most brands aim to make between 50 to 70% of a profit margin on every single item that they sell. So if you have a hoodie and it costs you $20 to make, you'd be selling it for $40 to $60. But here's the thing, it's not just about taking that number and timesing it by 5 or whatever you wanna multiply it by. So what you really have to do is think about who's buying the product, what is the quality of the product, and how much are they willing to pay. Because if you have competition that's selling a similar hoodie for $50 and you want to sell yours for $50, but if your hoodie's a little less quality, then you're gonna need to sell it a little bit lower. And not only, you need to get people in the door to understand what your brand is about, but if your brand is a little bit on the higher quality side than your competition, then maybe you can sell it for the same price or just a little bit higher, and keep it still kind of, you know, affordable. That way they can buy it and get in their foot in the door with your clothing brand and hope that they continue to come back, because 1, you have good quality, and 2, you have good prices. But to be honest with you, the thing is, your first price is never gonna be perfect. The first price will always be just a starter price, and you will adjust from there. I personally have done this many times, and I'm sorry if you've seen a price go up because you waited on getting the product. But it is what it is, and it is how the business works. So you start with a base price, right? And then eventually you see if the customers like that price, if they'll pay more for that price, or if the price is too high and you need to lower the price. You can easily do any of these things just on the back end. Now, figuring out your financials and seeing how much your profit margins and all that will take is a little bit harder, but adjusting the price is really simple, and it is something that you can do for your business as well. So you either go up if the demand is there and the quantity is not. You either go down if the demand is not there and the quantity is up. So, I mean, everybody should know supply and demand, that's just how it works. But it is something you will figure out what works for your brand as you grow and scale your business. So the last thing that I have to mention is gonna be your perceived value. People don't just pay for the product because it's high quality, they pay for the product because how it makes them feel. So if you are posting content, good content at that, and giving them an emotion that they are irresistible to not be a part of, then they're going to want to buy your product. If you're showing them how they can wear it in a setting that they feel, they're gonna want to buy your product. People want to buy products because of how it makes them feel. They're no longer buying for the quality or the product itself or the brand name. They're buying because of how it makes them feel. Now, once you get up to being a Louis Vuitton or something like that, your brand name may be helpful, but they're gonna be buying because of the feel, and quality is going to be the secondary reason. So make sure you are providing quality, and how you show off the product is always number one. But other than that, that's really all I got for you. If you have any questions or want to learn anything else, drop it down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.